Are you guys spooning? Held it pretty well. Insulation mat on the bottom. That's a spade blanket. Actually curled up quite a bit, but didn't get a lot of cold air from underneath. Bonjour. Good morning, everybody, again. It's actually raining a little bit out here. Down in the cover of the trees, it was actually not a drop, but out here it's raining a little bit. So I guess we're getting some breakfast going, and then me personally, I start heading back. It's gonna be a stiff paddle. Kawartha Highlands canoe and fishing trip, day 2. Stay tuned.
Those are the guys who bring like the inflating toilet paper and stuff like that.
So bad. Tastes like shit. On my way out from Sucker Lake. It's gonna be a little bit of a hard paddle for about 3 hours, but a little bit sore from yesterday, but packed up a little bit better. So the portage is gonna be not as amateur as yesterday, where I looked more like carrying some grocery bags. Weather is not as nice today, but at least it stopped raining. It was raining in the morning pretty bad, so we got a nice shelter, just cooked, a lot of fun. It's great being out here with the guys. They brought some awesome food. I brought some custom ferro rods for them. Just bartering, helping each other out. It's great. It's like how things should be. Extremely happy with my paddles. Not trying to brag. It's just wonderful to like put some research into stuff, and then after a little bit of trial and error, getting some good results. Can't say enough good things about Becky Mason's solo canoeing DVD. If you want to have a great guide for solo canoeing, not only her dad's, not only her father's great DVDs about canoeing, or like his great videos about canoeing, legendary Bill Mason, but Becky's stuff is great. It's really wonderful. So if you haven't ever like looked into it and you really want to learn how to be confident in a canoe by yourself, even in a little bit rougher weather, in the wind, out on a lake, Becky Mason Advanced Solo Canoeing. There you go. Sorry, I don't want to sound like I'm just giving like constant shoutouts and stuff, but I think sometimes when you found something that really works, you just want to share it. It's a beautiful day. Still, a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind, but being well prepared, like merino underwear right now by Icebreaker 200. Great investment. Down jacket is keeping me pretty warm. Wind now actually working for me. Isn't that nice? First time in 2 days that actually wind is blowing my direction. Trolling a spoon behind me on my fishing rod out the way out of the lake. Not a lot of luck so far, just a little smallie yesterday that I needed to put back because it wasn't in season, which is fine. It wasn't hurt, fortunately. So happy to be so close to this area from Bobcaygeon. It's half an hour drive, a little bit of paddling, and here I am. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. With the wind, I'm just doing like a lot of leverage kind of stroke. This is a big paddle. It's so great to have one of those Passamaquoddy style paddles out on the lake when it's windy, with a lot of bow prying and drawing. You can still keep yourself in the right direction. And look at that, the wind is coming from behind me. Awesome. Switched to some kind of like modified northward stroke yesterday a lot, like this. Especially when you get tired, keeping your shaft hand pretty steady on the gunnel, just with your whole body scooping and pushing. That's why I keep this flat neck on my paddles with a little bit of structure. You can just scoop a little bit of ice cream water, push with your whole body from your hips, from your arm, and just go into a little bit of a J with a little bit of underwater recovery. Usually done apparently with the onside foot on the gunnel. I prefer it in this sitting position though. Especially when you get tired and your shoulders, this is not requiring a lot of getting your shoulders up and your arms up in the air like that. So when you get tired, just scoop. Look, a little bit like a gondoliere in Venice. We also have in Austria this lake called Ausseer, the Ausseer See. They have huge long boats and they pretty much maneuver them the same way as the gondoliere in Venice, with a long rudder on one side, and they basically do this kind of scooping with a little bit of an underwater recovery like this. It's interesting to see this kind of one paddling culture around the world. Very, very similar to a northward stroke. And what's so interesting is all of these one-side paddled vessels were huge and usually meant to paddle big loads. So in Maine and New Brunswick there was those guides, very often First Nations or Native American people, having those huge paddles, like 7 feet, more than 7 feet long paddles with huge blades, 20 feet canoes with people they brought to their hunting and fishing grounds. And they were able to maneuver those huge canoes forward with these strokes the whole day. So even more than the other strokes you're using, when you have a big paddle like this, it's more efficient to use your whole body like that. Bring in your body weight as well, instead of just like a body rotation. bringing him your whole body weight. Very efficient. Hey guys, just before I forget about it, so it was another portage. It's beautiful here, heading into the other lake. Bottleneck Lake, but third way back. Not gonna fish anymore from now. Not gonna fish anymore from now on. Just wanted to give a shout out to my girlfriend. Thank you for sending me those awesome boots from Japan. And those are World Birdwatching Society Japan boots. I wear them a lot like this, very low. They're almost like moccasins. The leather, I would have nearly said. The rubber is so thin, very pliable. They have awesome traction. I just carried the canoe up and down this pretty steep path. It's wet, there's rocks and roots and stuff, and I had awesome traction. And those are very affordable, but they go high up and can cinch them down like this. I really love them. So if you guys are looking for any good boots, I don't know if they're available over here, but I just wanted to give a shout out anyways, because I love those boots a bit. Yeah, so I'm heading back as quickly as I can, just because I actually want to relax a little bit today before it goes back into crafting tomorrow. It's beautiful though, it's raining, it's pretty cold, but I'm really enjoying being by myself on the water and not having any sound around me, except my own voice. It's pretty bad. Well anyways, I'm trying to shoot a little bit more footage on the way back, but probably gonna round up the video like this now. I'm just trying to head back. There's one more portage. It was a really long video. I made a lot of footage because I think that this, for me, it's a very special occasion. It's my first overnight trip in the Canadian wilderness, which is, well, probably for me it's a very epic thing, because this is probably something I've been dreaming about or looking forward to ever since I was a small child. And I totally passed out last night in my hammock. The setup worked really well. It was maybe around 2 degrees at night. The setup was great with the tarp over it, the reflective blanket underneath, the insulation blanket, the Hudson's Bay blanket more or less as a pillow, as it kind of like bulked up a little bit around my back. I had my down jacket on, my merino wool underwear, thick socks, my beanie and my sleeping bag, and I was actually fine. My face was quite cold. I got a little bit of a sore throat in the morning, but it was mainly probably me snoring, so very impressed. with this setup for this kind of like temperate conditions, cold temperate conditions. Paddling works amazing. This 14-foot Prospector is just perfect for a one-person plus gear type setup. GoPro still performing, pretty happy about that. My paddle's performing, very happy about that. Having kind of a combo of a Passamaquoddy and a slim, rather short otter tail with me, just in case I'm getting really tired and the water is very flat. I would switch to that. It's nearly like a Voyageur paddle, not a lot of surface, so very, very nice and relaxing on your shoulders. But as soon as the wind picks up and stuff, I like switching to the big, heavy guide style paddle, Passamaquoddy style paddle. Can't say enough about how highly developed the craftsmanship and the knowledge of these people was, and just very happy, cherishing at the moment all of these skills that I've just been watching and trying to learn over the years, and now actually trying to put them to the test. Feels very good. The rest of my gear worked extremely well. Anything from my my Mora, just my go-to knife. I really gotta say, like, I love other knives and I'm using my own knives a lot. But if it's a knife that I carry backup on me around my neck or something, or when I'm on the water and I don't want to drop any of my fine knives in the water, this Mora Companion stainless as well for food prep, with the custom Kydex sheath, and I just drill a hole in the handle that's not that's a stick tag anyways for a lanyard as a backup knife. Or if you don't have the funds for a very fine knife yet, go with a Mora Companion, get yourself a Kydex sheath whenever the knife breaks for some reason, which it will not, seriously. But if it breaks or the blade is too damaged or something, get yourself another one for 15 bucks and put it back into your fine Kydex sheath, and it's a lifelong setup. I just wanted to say that here because in the morning we did a lot with the Mora, and it was great. The knife doesn't have a lot of soul to it, that's why I love using my own and the hand forged knives and everything. That's definitely heirloom pieces for a lifetime of use, but as a backup blade that you don't mind scratching up or something, get your Mora Companion. That's really my opinion. Backpack worked awesome. Look it up on Tasmanian Tiger Paratrooper. Great backpack. My Kuxa worked well. Love my Kuxa. Put in some footages of it as well. Fresh off the stove, boiling water into it for some tea or coffee. No problem. Took me actually a few years to figure out what kind of grain it needs in order for Kuxa not to crack and or leak through or something. Yeah, anything else? Well, my fishing setup, Bass Pro Shop microlight rod with a Pfluger reel, 4-piece rod, packs into a 1.5 feet pack. Amazing. Yeah. So a lot of gear talk. Sorry about that, guys. My sleeping bag I borrowed was a MEC. My hammock setup was a Hennessy, very, very high quality and thought-through design, with a tarp and a mosquito net. Yeah, a lot of gear talk, I think, because people just really want to know that. And me personally, when I look up a video about archery or whatever, canoeing and everything, and I love how people talk about everything else, and but they don't mention their gear. And when you see gear in a video and it's like featured a lot, then I just want to talk about what I used and what I thought about it. I mean, I'm not reviewing it right now. I'm not saying like I know everything about it, but I tried it and I'm happy with it. So, yeah. Thank you for watching very much. I know this is gonna be a long video. I have no idea how I'm gonna be editing this. Probably into 2 pieces. Yeah, watching somebody else doing this is probably, like, in a way sometimes a little bit feeling pointless. But if you're not in a situation, or you're having a trip coming up and you just really want to hype yourself up a little bit about it, or I don't know when I'm gonna get this out, or you're somewhere else in the world and you're trying to commit to a trip over here to Canada, or
you're trying to commit to any other like bigger undertaking like this, and it's not as easy as for me at the moment, just going 30 minutes into the bush and then starting canoeing. Maybe this is just helping you guys to make up your mind or getting motivated about these things. This is the way to go, I think. And it was very important for me as well to test my gear, of course. Yeah, back up my own product, because after all, I make outdoor gear as an outdoorsman, as a woodsman, for people who do these things. And this was just the first trip of the year. It's the 1st of May, and there's more to come, but just as a first one, I want to round this off now. Thank you very much for watching. Please check out my channel on Instagram and on Facebook, Woodsman's Finest, as well as my other videos. Thank you very much for watching this time again. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Today nature is helping me to get back home. Wind and current from behind me the whole time.